So you can see the years of trash have built up inside the car, and it's now time to clean it up. First of all, we got to clean up this interior. Here we go for the deep dive. Ah, one of these. Put it in the pile. Windshield wiper. Not even sure what that is. Yeah, look at that. Don't need that. Ooh. Yeah, sorry Wayne, that's mine. Trash. Trash. Don't need that. Ooh, I could use that. I don't even know what that is. Oh, spark plug wire loom. I can use that. More trash. More trash. Trash. More trash. And more trash. What? Nah. I can't even read it. Trash. Trash. Maybe I could use this as a pattern. This job is really starting to suck. Years of dirt and grime need to be vacuumed away. Job alone took all day. If you think I liked it, I didn't. But after a thorough cleaning, the interior is not too bad. It still needs a couple of spots cleaned up. Now finally it's time to turn some wrenches. Alright, I gathered some tools and I'm ready to start working on the Mach 1. So I thought I'd check all the fluids. Power steering fluid was good. Oil was good. Gas we'll talk about in another episode. Then I noticed the radiator was empty. So I used some distilled water. I like using distilled water because of the cleanup. I wasn't sure if the hoses were still good, if the water pump was still good. And I knew that I might have to break into those things and didn't want to have to clean the radiator fluid. As I poured the water in, I could hear water pouring out somewhere underneath the car. So I looked down underneath the car and it looked like it was coming out of the starter. This could be a really bad thing. What the? So I needed a way to see exactly what was going on. I wasn't sure if I had a cracked block or not. Then I got an idea. I borrowed a friend's micro camera. You know, the kind that you can Bluetooth to your phone? Downloaded the app. In seconds I was in business. My first deep dive told me everything I needed to know.
Oh my gosh, there it is.
The aft freeze plug was popped. And it looked like it had been that way for some time. Since there's 6 freeze plugs on a 351 Cleveland, I thought I'd check the others to make sure I wasn't in the same boat. Then I thought I'd check the other side to see what condition they were in. Of course, the aft one was popped on the driver's side too. Now it's time to check the other freeze plugs. You might also hear these called core plugs or casting plugs. A quick check of the other plugs showed me that everything was okay. This is what freeze plugs should look like when they're good. Now I need an idea of how to replace those without pulling the engine. There just wasn't enough room to tap one in. So I needed a good idea. And I got it. I'm going to use these Dorman plugs. They're only temporary. They'll allow me to get the car running and over to its new home. So I took a little emery cloth and I cleaned up the rusty spots to get a good mating surface. I went ahead and pulled the starter and got a camera underneath so you could see how to tighten these things up. And they actually worked. I put a couple of heat cycles on the car and had no leaks whatsoever. One problem down. While I had the starter out, I went ahead and cleaned it up, gave it a fresh coat of paint. It looks pretty good. While I was on the left side though, I did notice that the clutch equalizer bar did not look right. That connecting rod pin looked like it was worn through and it ovalized out the bracket. So I doused it with some PB Blaster and took it all apart. And here's what I found. So I thought I'd try to put a steel bushing in its place. This generated a whole nother set of problems. I went to one of my favorites, Kentucky Automotive, and I found this part that's very similar to the part that broke from the car. It seemed to functionally work exactly the same. I found a bushing that fit. but I know that I needed to drill out the hole to make it press in. So I did that, but when I did, because of the ovalized hole, it distorted the bushing. Then when I went to ream that out, it tore itself apart. So I went ahead and trashed that idea, and I went on eBay, and I found another part. There was nothing wrong with that new part, but I thought this would be better. You can see how damaged the old part was. Time to break out the welder so I can add a little metal to that area. For some reason, my camera locked up at this time. It didn't just lock up a little bit, I had to send it back to Sony for repairs. I'm not sure why. I've recorded welding before and had no problem. But I added the metal. It wasn't pretty, but it will work. And here's the rebuilt equalizer bar. There's a split nylon bushing and a retainer clip that goes with it. When I compared springs, I noticed that they weren't correct. So I went ahead and got an appropriate spring. It didn't put as much tension on the equalizer bar and the throw-out bearing yoke, but still functionally worked the same. And leave it to my camera to be focusing on the wrong thing all the time. And here's the finished product. Works perfectly. Another job done. The Mach 1 is one step closer to driving on its own. But I still got a long ways to go. And introducing Uno,
What's up, kitty?
the Wonder Cat.
What's up, kitty?